welcome. We're going to talk about the 15 Chrome tips and extensions that can help make your life a little better. You use Google Chrome a lot? Yeah, okay. This is perfect. So first of all, we need to identify the difference between apps and extensions, right? So we go to the web store, we have the option to get apps and extensions. And basically apps is a web link to a site. So if I have an app, it'll actually take me to duolingo.com, okay? Versus an extension is that when I'm on my web page, if I'm on YouTube, okay, and I want to check my Twitter, I just hit the extension of Twitter, and I can see all of my feeds, or I can make a comment and tweet something out. So an extension makes your life a little more efficient within the window you're working in. App takes you outside of your window, okay? So we're going to talk a lot about some extensions and then just some various tricks within Google Chrome, right? The first extension here is Google Translate, where it can convert web pages and articles to different languages for you automatically. I don't remember exactly how many languages, but pretty much anything you can think of, it'll convert either a web page or articles for you. And you can find that within the Google Chrome store. And as we can see here on KidRex, I've ran a search on KidRex. Okay, I've enabled my translate extension, and I know this from here because right now it's on English as I translate. So now if I click the down arrow and I hit Vietnamese, we'll notice that our web search now has become Vietnamese automatically. Really neat tool here. The other one is a little blurry, is that if I hit it, I can hit my extension, I can actually type something in. And when I hit translate, it'll actually translate it and give me, translate it to any language that I want, but then it'll also speak it for me so I can hear it. So I have the audio purpose of Google Translate. So really neat extension with students with different backgrounds and different type of speaking abilities in languages available to you. Silverbird is my Twitter extension here, and what we do is, as you can see, I'm in the Google search page, and instead of going to twitter.com, I can actually just hit the extension. I can see my feed here. I can see who's mentioned me. I can see, or if I need to go and tweet something out, I can. So I don't have to actually leave my page to go tweet something out or see what's going on in Twitter.
Now, where do I get all those extensions?
Yeah, so in Chrome, there's the Chrome Web Store. That has the multiple callers on it, and when you go into the Chrome web store, you actually can go search for something that you would like to do. So I can go search for Twitter. I don't have to know the exact extension. For this purpose, it does help if you have if you want to use that exact extension. But you can go search Twitter, and you will get multiple extensions and apps available to you to download. And it looks something like this, and all you do is click Add to Chrome. And then it will go in that top bar, your top menu bar, for you to use. The Google Docs Quick Create, right? How many times are we working on something, we're like, oh, I want to go turn that into a presentation, or I want to start a new document. So instead of going to a new tab and going drive.google.com and then clicking new and then spreadsheet, all I do is hit my extension here, and then I can click it, automatically opens up in a new tab, and I start right from there. I don't have to go and type anything else in just to start my document. One tab is really nice. How many times that we're browsing, we keep opening more tabs and more tabs, right? Well, what the one tab does is actually will condense all of these tabs down to one, and it'll give me this program and this layout. I then can name this tab whatever I want it to be based on my results. I can also delete websites that I don't want, right? The nice thing is that, remember, our extension 1 tab is still here. So when I come back, and let's say I close my browser out, I come back, all I have to do is open up one tab. I open up that one named tab, and all of my tabs come right back up. Okay, really neat way to be able to utilize different tabs and save them. Google URL Shortener basically allows you to give your students or people around you a quick way to shorten your URL automatically, but it also has a QR code built into it. So if you have a device that can scan QR codes automatically, boom, hit the QR code, and kids can scan it immediately. They don't have to type in the long URL addresses. Really nice feature and extension there. Open Side by Side by Alice Keeler is a really nice extension that, so let's say I have a link on a web page and I want to open it up side by side because maybe I want to write or type information from that link. And what I do is I just right click and I go open side by side. Boom, it'll automatically split my two screens and make them side by side. So now as I read, I can also type out the information or notes that I wanted to display there. Google Cast, you have to have Google Chrome to be able to use this feature. The Google Chromecast, that you plug into a TV, to a projector, something of that sort. And within the tab, all you have to do is hit the extension, and it will display that tab through Google Cast. Okay? And so the nice thing about that is, let's say I have directives for my students, and but I have to go do my attendance, and I got to check my email, and I got to update a slide real quick, right? Well, once I send this to Google Cast, I can maneuver over and go do all those other things, and the students still see that one tab that's displayed. So you can be a little more efficient and effective than doing a freeze on your projector, right? And so a really nice feature there. Snagit is a really neat Chrome extension. What it will do, one, it will take a screen capture of the region of your screen. But if you do a lot of flipped learning, there's a thing with scrolling. So a lot of times we can only screen capture what we can see. But our page goes down further, and we need to be able to capture that, right? Instead of taking 4 or 5 different screenshots, all we do is hit scrolling, and it'll actually take a picture of that whole web page all the way down to the bottom. You can go in, annotate it, add video over the top, add voiceovers, and it actually saves right into your Google Drive from there. YouTube Fulfill is a really nice one. So we have our YouTube search up here. This is the video we're going to display to our students, right? And typically we have displayed here other videos and marketing tools. We have other tools here. What the YouTube Fulfill does is it actually takes this screen and puts it into large screen automatically. So once I have my video selected and it's ready to play, I just hit my extension, YT Fulfill, and boom, it's full screen automatically. Force Copy is a really neat extension where you share something out to students, right? But if they all started editing it right there, all of their comments would display. So what Force Copy does is that you share your document with them, they hit the extension, hit preview, and boom, now it's saved in their drive, it's their copy of it, and now they can start editing it and making changes as needed. Turn Off the Lights is another YouTube extension that's really nice. It has a couple of different things. It has a light switch here that when you download it, it's a little different than most extensions because you don't see it up here. It's actually this little light bulb right next to the URL. And what it does, it only comes on when YouTube is available, or when you're on YouTube, right? And so you'll have this switch. This is the dark and light mode. So if you're in, lighting, you have lighting issues, you can switch that on and off based on your lighting to be able to preserve the image. But really the power becomes when you're able to turn out the lights, because this is typically when we do a YouTube search, this is how we see it, right? So I can change the day-night background. So this is the night background here, it's a little darker. But also what I can do is that I can turn off the lights. And what it does is it turns out everything on the background, right? And so now I see only the image. And so if I had something that maybe wasn't appropriate for my grade level coming up here, it's blocked out and I'm still safe to be able to show this video. URLxray.com, it's not an extension, it's just a website. Just simply go there. And the reason I talk about this is because a lot of times we'll have students try to go to a Google site, a short URL site, and it's blocked by the district's web filtering. And so what this does is it allows you to put in that short URL into the site, and it actually kicks out what the actual website is. So now you might be able to go view that website directly as opposed to using the shortener, which you're blocked from. So really neat addition right there. Omnibar Quick Search. basically allows you to use your Omni bar to search specific things without going there. For instance, as you can see here, this page is on YouTube, right? But I want to search and find a document that's in my Google Drive. So within the Omni bar, I can create a quick search where I just type the word GD for Google Drive, I hit the space bar, and this displays. And you can see it's searching my Google Drive. And then I can continue to type, and I would say NCCE presentation. And boom, it'd pop up my NCCE presentation directly from that browser. I don't have to go into a new tab and go to drive.google.com and then go search for my document. I search directly from that bar. That was just a sample of what we just explained on there. And then it's really pretty easy to add this search bar. It's in settings. So when you go into your hamburger and you go into settings, manage search engines. And the directives are on there on how to do that in the links on that last page. And then the last one here is the custom search engine. So a lot of times, right, we have students that we give them a project, we want them to research, but a lot of them are really citing wikipedia.com, right? And so we want to be able to manage what search engines they're using. Well, with Google custom search engine, you can actually say, I want my kids to search this project, but they can only search from these 4 web search engines, okay? And so what you do is you go to the cse.google.com, and it's very simple. All you do is type in the websites that you want them to be able to search from. You put a name on it, and then you share that link to your students. So when the students hit the link, they go in and search for ducks, and they only get results from these web browsers that you've allowed them to use. And so these are just the list of the 15, and the extension directly, or the link directly to that extension if you want to utilize them. And here on the last slide, if you want the shortcut or the QR code, you're more than welcome to have it, make comments, and let me know what you think.